Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm doing the favourite characters tag. I was tagged by Lauren from Reading with Makar, and this tag was originally created by Leo from A Little Book Life. So basically a bunch of questions talking about favourite characters, and we're just going to jump straight in. So question number 1 is a character that you love fiercely. If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, you might be able to guess that it's Percy Jackson from the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. Obviously I named my cat after him. He's my favourite male character of all time. I have one other female character that slightly trumps him, and yeah, I just love him, obviously, because cat. Number 2 is a character that is heavily flawed but you cannot help but love. I'm going with Violet from The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. This is one of my favourite books of the year, and Violet is quite self-destructive. Her parents sent her to this town that I think they used to visit a lot, that I think it's her great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother kind of like discovered in a way, and was like one of the first people to settle there, and she's sent there to stay with her uncle, while her brother is, before the events of the book, has attempted to take his own life, and she is quite self-destructive. She goes out partying, and those sort of behaviours. So she's very, very flawed, but this is a really great book that looks at, sibling connections and family history and things like that. And it also has some bisexual rep, so it's an awesome book, and I love that one. And Violet is just, she's not necessarily an easy character to like, but she does have a lot of heart to her. Number 3 is a character that made you laugh out loud. This was the easiest question for the whole thing, because Perrault and Hastings, their like banter is brilliant, but I also just find Perrault just immeasurably funny, and I'm not entirely certain that he's supposed to be as funny as I find him, but there's just something, he's ridiculous, isn't he? Like the mustache and his little grey cells and all this stuff he talks about. So I just find him really, really funny. This is just Throughout Tragedy because it's the one I'm reading at the moment. This one doesn't have Hastings in, but yeah, I just love their friendship, and their banter is top tier. Number 4 is a child character that you like. I kind of had a hard time choosing this one because I have quite a few, because I really like middle grade. So I went with Morrigan Crow from Nevermore, the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend, because this is probably my favourite middle grade series, and a big part of that is because Morrigan Crow is such a brilliant character. She starts off quite the underdog, and you really get to see her grow and adapt, and I really love her character arc thus far, so I had to go with her. Number 5 is an animal character that you love, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't do animal books. Like, a lot of the time, if there's a like prominent animal in a book, I'm probably not going to like it. Which is weird because I quite like, you know, I love animals in real life. I love cats and dogs in particular. But I don't know, there's something about them in books. I love a cat in a book, or a dog in a book that's like a, you know, just like there as like a pet and not a plot point. And also it's even better if they don't talk. But I think that a lot of this comes from the fact that I will not watch animal movies because I used to watch them a lot as a kid and they used to make me cry a lot. And the movie Spirit, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but that movie traumatized me as a child. Like, my mom had to like carry me out of the cinema because I was that upset by it. So yeah, I don't do animal books, and I couldn't think of any animals that I instantly was like, yes, I love that character. So yeah, skipping that one. Number 6 is a strong woman character that you like. This is my favorite character of all time, and I wanted to put her in this section because I wanted to be able to talk about Percy, but she could easily be a character that I love fiercely, and that is Violet Baudelaire from a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. This is the end, which is the final book. I just grabbed this one because it was the easiest one to get to on my shelf, and I love Violet. This was the series that got me into reading originally, and she's just so intelligent, and she has a lot of heart to her. She really cares about other people, and her family and her siblings and things like that. And she's an inventor, and I think I started this series when I was about 7 or so, and getting to read that at that age when I was quite I still am. I'm quite a quiet, shy person. I don't really like to be loud or be around big groups of people, and I was always quite bookish growing up, and I didn't have a lot of friends. So I guess I kind of saw part of myself in Violet, and I also kind of knowing things, having knowledge about things is always kind of been something that's been really important to me. So I think some of that comes from Violet. So very important character to me, and I guess kind of in a way like all the Baudelaire siblings felt like my friends growing up because I didn't really have anyone else. And yeah, so Violet is the answer to that question. 7 is a brave character that you admire. I went with Willow Moss from Starfell. This is by Dominique Felalente. Willow Moss is quite brave in the way that she goes on this adventure and all that sort of stuff, but she's also quite brave mentally. She's quite smart, and again she cares a lot for her friends and kind of her found family, and I guess in a way she kind of echoes characters like Violet and Marion Crowe and all these sort of characters that already meant a lot to me. So yes, loved this one. Number 8 is a character that scares the hell out of you, and I have to go with Mrs. Danvers from Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. She is just so creepy and like good at it, and just like off-putting, and it's very kind of almost uncomfortable to read about her sometimes, and I love that. But also, like, obviously not going to spoil anything, but things that happen in here are definitely kind of make me feel like she's not the kind of person that you would want to cross. So, Mrs. Danvers. Number 9 is a really mean character, and I had to go with pretty much everyone in Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. There are definitely some mean girls in here. This takes place, the main character is living in a group home, having been in prison for most of her life. She's 16, and yeah, so she lives with a bunch of other girls in this group home, and they're quite mean, and it's a very toxic environment. There are also some other adult characters that are also awful, and I think there's maybe one character in here that's a good person, and yeah, that might be a stretch. So yeah, mean. And then finally, number 10 is a character you really hate. Bringing it back right to the start again. Jason. I hate Jason with a fiery passion. I don't really know what it is about him that makes me dislike him so much, but I just really hate him. I guess he's kind of, I don't know, is he arrogant? I don't really remember. All I know is that I hated him, and that it's been a couple of years since I finished this series, and that I still hate him. And I would have quite happily, just like every other character in this series, could have stayed. I would have quite happily read about all of them. I know a lot of people don't like Piper. I love Piper. Could have had a whole book about Piper, but just get rid of Jason. I hate him. I really hate him. And I don't know why, but I do. So that's the favorite character tag. I'm going to tag a couple of people. Firstly, of course, Angel from Angel Reads, my best friend, tag her in everything. I know she likes to do tags, so it works. I also want to tag Kat from Stars and Embers. I think you also like doing tags. I don't know, you tag me in things, so I'm going to guess that tags are cool. And I would be interested in seeing your answers, because I feel like you would have very different answers to me. And also Caitlin from the Lit Review, because again, I think you'd have very different answers to me, and I think it would be interesting to see what they are. So, thank you, Lauren, for tagging me, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!